Hello everyone, here's Savita. Good evening. It's now 7 o'clock in the evening and I just got back from the garden center. I bought some plants because I'd like to refresh my containers on the terrace. Some died from the heat, too less water. Anyway, I bought a kind of sage here. This is supposed to reach 1.40 meters. So I don't know if it will survive the winter. It's a native of Mexico and this is called Gentian sage. I also bought this plant. It's called self-heal plant or woundwort. So I took two, and I also have this blue flowering ajuga with variegated foliage. There are two different kinds. I also bought two euphorbias. I finally found the lemongrass. I had been looking for this plant since springtime because I killed mine last winter. And finally, I hope I won't kill it again in winter. And I bought some salads to plant in the raised bed. Today I will take care of the containers on the terrace. And I found this plant, guys. I haven't seen this before in Germany. I know this plant from California, where I used to live. And it's a crepe myrtle. So I bought a small one just to try, to check if it will survive here over the winter. Okay. So I'll go and change to my gardening clothes because I'm having issues with my skin when I touch some plants. So I have to change to a long sleeve and start working here. So please join me and enjoy the video. These are my containers on the terrace. And before we left for that trip we had, I added some drips here, because I had to move around some pots to accommodate them. And some don't look well. They didn't get enough water. Like the malva, that is, I think, already dead. This one needs a lot of water, guys. And I have zinnia in this pot too, and some verbenas. I think I forgot to adjust the dripper before we left. So this is a dripper that I can adjust. I can open it all the way for more water, and I should have done that. I forgot. And that's why this malva is already dead. I have to cut it all the way down. Maybe I'll get new branches, new growth from down there. But I have seeds. I already harvested a lot of seeds from it, so I can start maybe in springtime. I would just like to refresh the containers here. I have a blue hydrangea that really looked very good for many weeks, and now it's done. This one is the endless summer variety. So I think if I cut off the spent blooms, I will be getting more buds, flowering buds. So I will be doing that. I will be refreshing some containers here. And I will be adjusting the drippers. That's what I forgot. That's why one died and some look so tired. I am done refreshing the containers on this side of the terrace. And what I did was I took off the delphinium that used to be in that tall white pot and planted the gentian sage. And then I transferred the purple and white flowering verbena also in that pot. In this smaller gray container are 3 zinnias. I just added the stake and adjusted the dripper, and I also added some fertilizer. The next pot is where I planted the variegated ajuga, and I transferred the only spider flower plant that came up from what I sowed. Maybe the seeds were too old, but at least there is one. And I hope it will grow very fast now. I gave it food, and there's also 1 zinnia in that pot. In this white container here, I left the zinnia that's now really tall and is already blooming. And I underplanted it with some maiden's hair and the woundwort. So this other white container here is where I planted the Caryopteris, and it's full of flowering buds now and starting to open up. And it's underplanted with some sweet williams. I gave it some food too, and hopefully I will get more blossoms. So this one is a kind of daisy, and it has pink purplish flowers. I just put a ring. I cleaned it, I gave it more food, just put this ring, but it's actually too tall, so I might cut it or take it off altogether. But I'll just leave it for now. So I will be working on these containers tomorrow morning if I get up early enough, because it's really very hot during the day. So if I don't get up early, I can only work in the evenings. It's getting dark now. So I hope you liked the video. And if you did, give it a thumbs up. And I hope to see you again next week. Bye now. Thank you for watching.